Hello everyone, so I'm going to go ahead and light this candle for the very first time. Come on, it's an amethyst lavender candle, so all good vibes there. Lavender brings calmness to anxiety, stress, and of course we have amethyst, which does similar effects. Here we go. I recently just got back from a trip. I'm getting over the flu a little bit, so my throat's going to be a little dry, but we're going to get through it. I've also been I've decided that I want to do messages we need to hear right now, because I certainly do need to hear messages, comforting, dealing with spirit. I've been in just such a funky mood, like sadness, and because I'm just dealing with some personal life issues and trying to get through that right now. So I think, this is just a great reading for everyone who is also going through something similar, or, you're having a great time. Either way, it's always comforting to connect with spirit through, some divination practices. And I think it's just a great time to hear some beautiful messages. And you probably can't hear it on this mic, but this candle's making some fire noises, so that's nice. That is also comforting. So, the trip that I went on was at the Northwest, and one of the places we went to is Mount Shasta. And Mount Shasta is awesome because it's supposed to be like a vortex to the Middle Earth, another universe, with a lot of esoteric shops out there. So I was able to grab these 3 crystals from that trip. And also, I want to go ahead and put a disclaimer out, as I'm sure you've seen many other tarot videos, so you know the jazz, that you always take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Since this is a group reading, it's a general reading, that there's usually going to be only a couple messages. Sometimes the whole thing is meant for you, but a lot of the times it's usually only certain parts, which is why you pick the piles, because there's messages that you want to hear. And sometimes there are messages that, not want to, but need to hear, because sometimes there are messages that you don't agree and you want to hear it, but sometimes it's a part of growth. We have to push ourselves and do things that are uncomfortable. But anyway, so first, our pile 1, we have specters. Says critical thinking, insight, and discernment, and what I got is an obsidian arrowhead. Sorry, I don't know why I was blanking on the word arrowhead. I got this one because we went to a volcanic monument, Newberry volcanic monument in Oregon, and they had a lot of obsidian there from the volcano. So I was like, this is pretty cool. And Mount Shasta is also a volcano, so yeah. This one is a cactus quartz, and I was really drawn to it. Apparently, cactus quartz are great for astral projections, remembering having clear dreams. So I thought that was great because I want to kind of learn how to do astral travel. If any of you have done it before, put it in the comments below. I have never done it, so if you guys have any advice, I will take it. It's going to be a long journey to finding out more of how the universe works, and so I'm very curious of that exploration. The card with that one is prudence. We have self-assurance, integrity, and clear-mindedness. And for the last pile, this one is supposed to be an opal from the mountain, from Mount Shasta. And I was really drawn to this one. I just thought it was very beautiful how the black and blue kind of arranged perfectly. I don't know, it just looks cool to me. And we have ascension on that one, transformation, end of a cycle, and beginnings. So go ahead and take a moment to choose which pile is that you are drawn to the most. And we're going to go ahead and begin with our readings. Alright, pile 1, if you chose specters and the obsidian arrowhead, this is going to be your reading. I'm leaving the card on the side because I don't want to put the obsidian on the dark side. You'll be like, where did it go? The dark side of the moon. So we'll put that there for you guys. So we'll read what the book has to say about your card. It says, like a specter, the illusion of the outer world constantly change, and therefore you are not real. Everything you once believed about yourself was based on well-intended fiction. Everything in your life is dependent on you. The energy that surrounds you is created by you. Gain control over this energy by embracing the fact that you are not helpless, but that you create your own world. Every lesson in hardship is meant to encourage you to learn, however difficult or joyous. The seemingly physical world is an illusion. We can change everything with the shift in our consciousness. If anyone can do this, why is everyone not doing it? Awareness, acceptance, and intention come first. For many, this is a difficult state to overcome since they have been conditioned to feel helpless. You, on the other hand, are connected to everything. You are the center of your universe. Our physical senses are incapable of comprehending anything that is not logical or linear. You have the ability to shift your mindset and realize how truly powerful you are. It necessitates a paradigm shift in thinking and living with the belief that everything is possible. Believe in yourself as a divine being. When you recognize your own power, you will notice that like attracts like. Exiting the matrix is very simple. Recognize you're in control. You're the one to set yourself free from deceptive illusions. So in reality, everything is mentioning that life is kind of under our control to a certain degree. We can put intentions to change the probability of outcomes. And, it's like everything is going to be more of a reflection of what you put in. The more positivity or the more effort that you put in towards a certain outcome or living like as if it has happened, as they say, which is manifestation, it ups the probability of it happening. Although nothing is ever going to be promised, but the spirit will decide what is the best outcome for you or what lessons you need to learn. So yeah, it's like we have control to change the probability, and it can make major shifts. Really, I'm excited to use this new tarot deck that I have, so get on with the reading and what messages we need to hear. Wow. So I think that there's a lot of messages that are standing out to me about kind of your healing journey, and that you have more power in it than you know, than in which you believe. It's like you could be partially living under an illusion that things are out of your control and that you may never be able to take back control of your life, and the process of just becoming the newer version of yourself. But truly, you have the power within your hands, and you just need to go back to learning to nurturing yourself and realizing that you can build your own home. You can build your own life. And by home, I mean home life. The people that are around you, even with pets. And there's so much love for you out there. And I think that just kind of recognizing how much love is getting poured into you, and including the love that you can give to yourself. But I feel from all aspects around your life, you're getting loved poured into you that you may not even notice, or you're focusing on other things, so it kind of like more negative aspects of like things that you're trying to deal with while you are healing. But I think having more awareness of what is being given to you and the amazing things and having the gratitude for that is going to help with your process as well. It's just like realizing the support that you have around you and the power that you have inside of you, and that people are wanting to give to you and wanting to share with you. And it's kind of like allowing yourself to share the beautiful parts of yourself with others as well. And, you know, I feel like you're kind of clinging on to that a little bit because of all the pain that you've had to deal with in the past. And it's like, you know, the parts of you that you feel like you're having to heal from. I feel like you are clinging on to that, and it's kind of like pushing away others, but, you know, it's kind of like opening yourself up and realizing that you're not going to be a burden to other people, and that the other people do care for and love you and they want to help you. I guess some examples would be like, you know, maybe you feel like, oh, my car broke down, you know, and you call someone to give you a ride or like to come help out, or like, ooh, your coworker offers you, like, they're eating like this unique new snack from another country and they're like, yo, this is so good, you have to try some, and like allowing you to take a piece and try some. Or someone like, you're like, oh, you're having a struggle with like some new skill you want to learn, and then you have someone else like around you who's like, hey, you know, there's actually this class available, you know, giving you insights into resources that you could use. You know, any little step like that, or people sharing their love with you. And even with strangers, it can happen. Like, you know, you're trying to get over to the next lane and a stranger's like, oh, come on, yes, you can come on in, you know, to let you pass in front of them. It's like, you know, there's love being shared with you all around. It's just kind of having more of an awareness around that and the gratitude with that, and knowing that, you know, you have your place within that. You have your place within the world within that people are sharing it with you and sharing the love that exists all around us. And I think just realizing it and joining in on it is going to help a lot within your healing process. Let's see if we can get some oracle for you guys. So we have purposeful, and joyous. So I think a part of that is just making like your joy purposeful. Thinking about like how much your smile, your joy, your helpfulness is going to have an impact in someone else's life. Kind of like looking out into the world and seeing like, how can I help other people? How can I make their day? And that's automatically going to shift back to you and make your day as well, because, you know, you're participating, you're being a part of this huge play that is life. And so I think that, you know, just realizing like your role within it. And so, yeah, it's like I said, it's a mix of kind of realizing that other people are giving it to you and being able to give back with that as well. It's going to be a major part in healing. Ooh. And then we have faith. So it's kind of like having faith and knowing that like everything is going to work itself out. And yeah, we just keep going about life as best as we can and kind of knowing that we're going to be taken care of. All right, so we have you're on the right path. That kind of, you know, goes back to the whole faith aspect and knowing that like everything's going to work itself out. The lessons that you're being given are here for a reason. We have when it feels right, do it. So that could be like anything that you feel inspired to work on, or can even be alluding to like helping out other people. If someone, you know, asks for your assistance and you feel like, this is something that I feel like I need to do to help them out, then follow your intuition, because it could be something that is needed to help raise the vibrations of the overall collective. So trust your intuition on that. The light in you can lead the way. Kind of goes back to alluding, when it feels right, do it. And be like your spirit guides. That one's powerful. It's like, we know that our spirit guides want the highest for everyone. They want the highest purpose. Yeah, so we know, like, that's what the spirit guides are here to help us, guide us in the right direction, to do the right thing and be the best that we can. And so, like, being like your spirit guide is being, like, noble, thinking about the whole universe and everyone involved in it. And so it's like being a part of that thinking, being part of that humility is what they like to say, is just having love for people, and every decision that we make is really circle around all of that. So we're going to see which archangel is with us here. Archangel Lavender. Okay, that's funny because I have my lavender candle going. So prepare for soul healing, forgive and release everyone. So yeah, I feel like a lot of this, and there's a lot of purples going on around here, but also it's from, well, they're all different decks. Really just, I feel like this is a reading all about healing and how to be able to do it. And again, it just comes from knowing, like, the decisions of where our the place from where our decisions are coming from, and being able to look outwardly and giving to others, and realizing the love that we are receiving, and feeling that vibrations of the oscillation, like the back and forth between giving and receiving. Like, we are a part of that journey. Oop, that one just like smacked out. So we have just guardian angel. Wow, that's kind of like be like your spirit guide. So I think people who have chosen this reading have a very strong guardian angel / spirit guide that is following them, that is watching over them. And it's like, even though you may not realize it, or you may not feel that they are with you, they are, and they're trying to help guide you. You just have to be there to listen. It says, ask for help, love yourself unconditionally. So knowing that you are in this little bubble, this little hug, but within your spirit guide is wrapped around you and trying to guide you and be there for you. So it's just being open to listening and feeling the comfort of just knowing that you are being taken care of. All right, we're going to go ahead and end this reading with a yes or no question. So go ahead and think of your question while I shuffle. So you are being asked to improve your health. It can be either, your physical body, or also your mental, emotional. And I think that will help you have a more clear mind. When you improve your health, it gives you a more clear mind to not only communicate with your spirit guides more easily and clearly, but also just it helps you make decisions from a more balanced place, a more firm foundation. Right? And then within the next few weeks. So whatever you ask for is coming to you within the next few weeks, or the answer will be clear to you within the next few weeks, especially if you are focusing on your highest good, what your spirit guide would believe is best for you, and keeping your health in check. putting yourself, well, at least your health first, because we operate our best when we do so. I mean, that's all the messages that I have for you, Pile 1. Thank you so much for coming to this reading, and I will see you next week. Bye. Hello, Pile 2. If you guys chose Prudence and Cactus Quartz, then this is your reading. I'm extremely drawn to this crystal, so, I mean, it's amazing. What they said is special about this is that it's not just like one entire whole crystal. And you can see by how sparkly it is that it's a cluster of a bunch of little miniature crystals that have come and formed together. So that's what created it. And you can also like, you can also think of it as like how we build up ourselves with our thoughts, right? We can say like, we have so many little thoughts about the world and how it works, how we feel about it in ourselves, that kind of collect together and build together, and that's what creates us. What creates our egoic form here. And so that's why I feel like this is almost like a symbolization of how we are as well. We're very similar to this cactus quartz. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and read what the book says about Prudence for you. Wow, it's a long one. Okay, I'm gonna try to read as fast as I can. You may have to spend more time in nature, healing, reflecting, meditating, and get away from the surrounding people who are limiting your growth. In order to grow and develop, you may need to spend time in solitude. That doesn't imply that you have to eliminate people, places, or things completely until they have an imbalance, completely until they cause an imbalance, which will cause you more harm than good. You will still walk beside others while also existing in your own reality. Keep in mind that your beliefs are yours and their beliefs are theirs. You have every right to believe what you choose and to live life as you see it. Develop your own self-beliefs and live in your own reality. Accept yourself completely. Everyone has the right to believe in and live out their own version of reality. You may have people in your life who do not share your values or opinions, yet you can still coexist and walk hand in hand. Everything you see, learn, and believe is absolutely okay in your reality, and everything someone else knows and believes is perfectly acceptable in theirs. It's critical that you keep healthy boundaries. Others should not force their ideas, views, or perceptions on you, and you should not tell anyone else that their ideas, beliefs, or realities are untrue. Each of us have our world inside of us based on our experiences, and only you know what the world is like. Your sole objective in this moment is to be yourself, and that is all you need to think about, understand, and distinction between sharing and forcing. Sharing ideas, opinions, and experiences is a form of energy change and not imposing them on others. You can ascend if you fully embrace your existence here and now and listen to your inner knowing without acting like a victim, bully, or hero. And so that's why I think this person is holding a balancing scale, because it's delicate balance between like knowing who you are, staying true to that and living within your world, but also respecting others and who they are and living in their world. So, you know, it'd be really boring if we were all the same anyway. And also, like, you know, it's about like living in your true power. So I feel like this has been something that I've been realizing myself lately, being around people who do not appreciate me for who I am. And of course, I'm all about growth, and I think we all should be, but there's a difference between like judging and loving someone and wanting them to improve and wanting the best and what's best for them. And so I feel like, you know, the people that I had, well, not people, more like one specific person, honestly. The person that I was spending a lot of time with, I feel like was coming from a more judging place and was not coming from a place as of much love, and was more just like looking down upon me for, you know, the way that I am. And I think that, like, you know, again, I am open to grow and have improvements, but I think it should be from a loving place. And it's not because of anything was wrong with me. It was just like, it was different from who they are, and they just didn't like that I was different. And they just, so But it's coming to learn to truly love myself and value, and this is what this is talking about for all of us, is to truly find that, like, who we are and staying true to that, and allowing people within our lives that can love and accept that. They don't have to be exactly like us, but they should be able to love and accept that and have like that kind of respect. If they truly care about us and want us in their lives, then they're going to do that. And of course, again, being open to improvements. Like for me, I would say like my improvement would be gaining more experiences and knowledge on various subjects, and allowing myself to be able to be more aware of what's going on around the world and what's happening. And so like if that's an improvement that I need to take more time and allow that in my life, that's great. That's what I want in my life. But I don't want to be sitting here and looked at as if I am unintelligent and unworthy of love because I do not know about certain subjects. You know what I mean? It's just, so I think it's all coming, we should all, to ourselves, allow ourselves to be, have our own little bubble where we can protect ourselves within our own love, and only allow people in our lives, or like looking at who we're spending time with and making sure that they love us the same. Alright, so we're going to go and pull some tarot for us. And also, I'm going to be honest, I am in my 20s as well, and I'm still kind of figuring out my life, as I know that we all kind of are around this age. And, it's okay. We don't have to have all of our answers of who we are. It's about exploration, but we should give ourselves time to explore different facets and see what feels right to us or not. And I think a lot of what's going to help with that is taking time for reflections outside of that. So after we experience something or experiment with something, take time to ourselves and think about like, hey, is this really what I enjoy doing? Is this a part of who I am, or am I doing it for someone else? And so I think that's also important, is to just take reflection time, and while you're figuring out, like if you're still trying to figure out like what you really enjoy and who you really are, I think it's important to have that reflection time in between each trial. So we already have, Judgment, Lovers, Temperance, Seven of Cups, Ten of Stars, and Ace of Stars. So yeah, truly, I think this comes back to just having like a judgment-free view of ourselves. I feel like if we're judging ourselves, we're putting ourselves down, it's like automatically taking away from the balance within ourselves, the balance to be able to grow. And we won't be able to grow properly if we're just being hard on ourselves. What you keep telling yourself is what you're going to start believing. And other people, there's good and bad people, so I'm not going to say everybody, but other people will see that and they'll start believing what you're believing, what you're putting off. So it's kind of like, if you have that love for yourself, the people who can love and respect you will want to stick around, because, that's what I feel like we have the Seven of Cups here. We have like the many choices to decide like who we really are and what we like, what we dislike. And so that can be confusing while we're figuring that out. But while we're doing that, we need to make sure that we're continually feeding ourselves love and a place free of judgment, because the universe is not judging us. The universe loves us. The universe created us to be here and to grow, and this is what life's about, experimenting and growing, and finding yourself in your place and giving and sharing with others. We have the 10 of Stars here, which is the 10 of Pentacles. That is giving and sharing our wealth with others, and that can be our wealth of love, our wealth of what we're good at, our talents, or just being here for other people, our support, our existence. So it really is all about nurturing that, which is why I believe we have the Ace of Stars here, because we have so much to give, and I think nurturing that and being able to share that with others is going to be a big part, and giving ourselves grace while we're figuring that out, and not allowing someone else to come in and tell you you're not worthy, you can't do this, you can't do that, or looking at you with judgment and disgust. That's the people that we do not want in our lives. That's the people who are missing out on our beauty and we can't always change people, and so we have to want the best for them and hope that they will be able to find that peace within themselves, because there must be something that's unsettling in them that is causing them to do that. So there's something that they're being hard on themselves with, and so we just have to allow them to be, and to take care of ourselves, and to focus on our growth. So I'm going to pull some oracle for us. I just noticed how I said us. Sorry, guys. I think this is kind of like almost the messages I need to hear right now, too. Alright, here we go. So, we have faith. Purposeful. Alright, these are the same ones from the last pile, so this is interesting. This must be like a collective energy here. Well, I can say that, I feel like the faith in this context is more about having faith in ourselves, having faith within what we believe in our world is for us and our soul, and what brings us joy and peace. So that is what I'm feeling, and being purposeful in those choices and what we keep within our lives, what we continue to have as a part of our lives, and what we continue to participate in. So I think that just having faith and being purposeful in what we do. Okay. And then balance. Again, I think that comes back to the scales over here of, having balance, of respecting the other people and what they like, what makes up who they are and what their world is. And again, that's where I come back. At the bottom of the deck, we have peace, which is what we will find when we have balance. We will have peace, right? We won't only be unsettled if we let things get to us and bother us, but if we allow them to be as they are, because that is reality, they are as they are. If we allow them to be, we will find peace. And we'll allow them to be by having balance. And that balance, again, is between staying true to ourselves and what we believe is best for our world and who we are, what makes us who we are, and allowing people in our lives who can appreciate that, and allowing other people to be who they are and who they want to be in their world, and respecting that. And because we are all separate people, we cannot control people. Alright, I'm not sure when that cut off, but like I was saying, I'm going to link a video below of Thomas Campbell talking about relationships. For anyone who would be interested in hearing about it. It's about just allowing the relationship to play out as long as it needs to, and enjoying the person's presence while they're there, and if they enjoy spending time with you, then great, and if you enjoy spending time with them, then great. And allowing yourself to just realizing that people are people, and loving them for who they are. Alright, so life lessons again. So I think a lot of this journey is kind of figuring out, staying true to ourselves. And even when we're being challenged by people to look down upon ourselves, or, what we feel like is true for our lives and what we want for ourselves. And someone's like, that's not good for you, whatever. Someone's trying to tell you for you. It's learning your boundaries and learning. And I think that's part of the life lessons, is learning what is going to be nurturing for your soul so that you can be at your best. And that's what's going to allow you to be able to share that with others and to be able to give back, is by staying true to yourself. So just really look out and listen to those life lessons. Spend that time. I can see this man right here. We also have endurance is key to success. I can see this man right here sitting under the tree. That is part of that reflection time. So I really do think that's like a whole thing, is like being able to experience what you're experiencing in this life and taking that time to reflect by yourself, so that you can decide what is good for you, and not allowing any other voices, outside voices, to influence your, like, what you think is good for you. Do not allow that to happen. Just take that time for yourself to reflect and spend time to decide what feels right to you. Endurance is the key to success. So that is also beautiful. Just keep going at it. And sometimes you have to like let things go that's not working for you, and like trying new things out, and just like don't give up so easily. You're gonna find your way. All right, so we're gonna see which archangels are with us now. This one try to come out. So guardian angel, love yourself unconditionally, ask for help. So it goes back to that judgment-free zone, and knowing that like your angels are with you and that they love you, they're looking out for you, and just feeling that love. Like you're going to always have that support and that backup no matter what you decide. And you should have that for yourself, and knowing that your guardian angels also will always have that, with there's no limitations, no and ifs or buts. They will always have your back and love you no matter what. So I have Archangel Uriel, come into harmony and balance. Use your power for peace. So yeah, we're getting a lot of messages about balance. So I'm feeling like there is some kind of imbalance going on. And I think what this imbalance may be is coming back to like that feeling of others' opinions about you, or thoughts of like how you should be or how you should live, or what is the best and human qualities. And I feel like this, whatever that is, that might be kind of affecting your own decisions and thoughts, and it's making it harder for you to figure out who you are and what you believe. And so I feel like, again, that allowing that person to their opinion, and make sure if that's your opinion, that's great, but taking that time to reflect and say, this is, once you decide, you'll say, no, that's your opinion, I respect that, but this is my opinion, and this is my life, and this is who I am. And that's simple. And if they're a good person, then they will accept that, and if they're not, then they won't, and then you just let them be. There's nothing else you can do. So I think finding that balance within that is going to help, again, bring more peace. And it just comes back to just loving everyone. That's a part of what's going to bring the vibrations of the universe up, and more peace overall. So we're going to get us a yes or no question. Go ahead and think of it while I'm shuffling. Again, sorry that I'm getting over a sickness. All right, so we got there's something better. So whatever you're asking about, whatever you feel like, if it's something that you were hoping would be like a yes, or if you're hoping it's a no, either way, it's saying there's something better for you out there. And we have within the next few months. Interesting. So it's like whatever that is that's going to be better for us is going to be coming within the next few months. So kind of keeping an eye on that, and having that intention for our growth, and staying true to who we are, and having those people around us that appreciate it is going to naturally bring in what we are hoping is better. All right, Pile 2, thank you so much for coming to this reading, and I will see you guys next week. Hello, pile 3. If you guys chose Ascension and this beautiful opal for Mount Shasta, how cool is that? If you guys don't know about Mount Shasta, please look up some videos on it. It's so fascinating. Actually, I will go ahead and link a Y-Files episode below, which went over Mount Shasta, which is just the cool stories that revolve around that beautiful beautiful volcanic mountain. So we're going to go ahead and read what the book has to say about ascension. You've started the process of entirely reprogramming your thinking in order to materialize anything you desire. Welcome to your journey of self-transformation through love. Keep in mind that has to come from imagination. Consider you're already who you want to be. It can only manifest and incarnate in this time and place if you completely transform yourself. The imaginings that bring your senses into alignment with truth are the source of transformation. Allow yourself to live from the perspective, never allowing your mind to be dissuaded from what it desires. Forget about doubt and the how. Claim it for yourself. Use it for manifesting everything and anything you desire. Live as though all you want is already your reality. You must completely surrender to the belief that your desire exists before it is manifested in the physical world. Your body is not who you truly are. Choose to invest in your imagination and live in the knowledge that you are inviting your heart to change your life. From the inside out, we all change. Live from a place beyond the limits of a physical reality. Envision yourself in the position you desire. Allow yourself to let go of everything you aren't and embrace, accept, and tell yourself all you desire in the context of everything you are. Feel as if it has already happened. Overcome your doubts and anxieties to discover your own power. You are becoming boundless. So yeah, it just means going into like how you are going to be ascending into the next phase of your life, and how, anything that you are, any work that you are putting forth into anything that you desire, or anything that is going to better improve your life and your growth overall as a being, then knowing that it is going to be coming towards you. It is coming to you. You're manifesting it into your life, and, success is on your side at this point. So I have a new tarot deck, which is why it's not the easiest to shuffle. As you guys know, when you get new decks, they're pretty stiff. But I thought this deck was absolutely gorgeous. I saw another tarot reader, Kino, using it, and so I went. She supports Tarot Stack, and I am a huge fan of her readings and her work, so I was like, I have to get this. It was like the deck, first of all, was calling my name because I just loved the artwork in it, but and the energy it was giving out, but I also love to support my girlies. Alright. See you. So we already have the top, the Hangman. This popped out at me as well, the Wands, 3 of Wands. It's like really, we're having like a lot of introspection into who we are, what we want, what we're building. I mean, this does seem like, again, it does seem like there have been things that we've already established for ourselves, but it feels like there's new things that we're taking on and that we're excited about. And so this is part of the ascension of like, we're going to keep leveling up. We're not going to, it's not like you create something and that's it, you're done. Like there's always more to grow. And that's what's going to keep life exciting, is that knowing that there's always a next level to reach and get to, and knowing that you can do it, especially if it's for the highest good of everyone. Oh, I saw a card. Thought I saw a card flipped in there. Let's see. Aha. Wheel of Fortune. Ooh. Alright, guys. So, yeah, seriously, Wheel of Fortune is like you're turning into the next... Ooh, this one fell too. Put that in there. You're turning into the next phase in your life. And, this is going to bring a lot of success and a lot of empowerment to yourself. You're going to be able to create a lot of wealth within your emotional states within your how you're viewing and experiencing life, and you're going to be able to share that outwardly with others. And I believe that you're going to be bringing yourself a lot of fruitful energy, not just in the physical sense of money, but also I just think it has a lot to do with like your inner spirit. I think is going to be growing quite a bit if you're allowing yourself to put yourself out there more, push yourself into the next phase of what you can learn and experience next, and what can you create next, and really pushing those boundaries. You are being encouraged to do so. You're being encouraged to ascend to your next level. And so I think this is like a lot of this journey just really does circle around how you can create to not only level yourself up, but how that can affect other people's lives and helping others, because when you level yourself up, it's encouraging others to level themselves up. And when you're leveling yourself up, you're also being able to provide more for others, to have more resources for them to level up. So I think a lot of this is just, yeah, it's very like empowering messages, letting you know like the universe has your back, and is not only has your back, but is encouraging you to do so. The High Priestess, yeah. So, I mean, like, you know what it is that you need, your next step is. And if you don't, you will easily find it once you seek. So, like, that knowledge is within yourself. It's saying, like, you know the next step to level up. Like, just look within yourself and you're going to find it. And, like, again, it's like I'm saying, like, if you don't know now, you know, take some time and think about it. Take some time and plan. What is something that you've always wanted to try that you haven't yet, or something that you've just been like more nervous about because it's like something not related that you've never done before, like you don't even know the first step to take. Like, you know, then you do that. Just start doing research. Start going for it, because you know, whatever that is, whatever it is that you've always had a craving to do and never got to do, or just wanting to add on to what you've already done and to make it even better, and those improvements, if you know, like you have an inner knowing inside of you to know what that ascension is. I think we're going to pull some oracle for you. I think it's saying like run straight towards your fears, because that is where you need to go. That is where you will ascend. Love. Oh, beautiful. So yeah, I mean, realizing that like whatever you are, your next step that you're wanting to do to ascend yourself is coming from a place of love, how it's going to provide more love to others, and how it's going to project out, and being able to share what love you have to give, and putting all of your love into it. You know, it's like, especially if it's something that you fear, like fear is the opposite of love, right? You fear it because it's something new, it's something unknown. But I think when you come at it saying like, you know, yeah, it's something unknown to a certain extent, but it is a part of the universe. It is a part of this world, and everything in the universe is one. Therefore, what you're trying to do is a part of you. It's already been a part of you. You are one. And not only that, if you're like me, and you know, like, you have a feeling that there are past lives, and you have like a lot of skills from those past lives that have built up and are within you, you can do whatever. You're drawn to this thing for a reason. Like, you're not like drawn to it if you didn't want to do it, right? You know, they might fear like, oh, failing, or like something new, you don't know how it works, and blah, 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 like a lot of information and trying to figure it out. Like, that's what you're fearing, is like the journey, the hard journey ahead, but it's not the actual thing itself. The actual thing itself is something that you love, or else you wouldn't want to do it. So just kind of focusing on that and saying like, this is something I love, this is worth it. So we have unity and we have gratitude. So yeah, and I think unity also comes with like, you know, you're unifying like all the parts of yourself, all of the strong suits that you have, you're able to bring it together to create this beautiful thing that you can give, and that's your self ascending there because of all of the things that you're able to put together within yourself, all of the things that you're able to build upon itself. And having gratitude for how far you've come and what you've already done, and knowing that like you can keep doing it. If you've done it before with something else that you didn't know about before and it became successful and you did your thing, you easily can do it again. And you have a support team around you, not only the universe and spirit, but the people on the physical realm as well. I see, like, I'm getting, that's why we have love here, and we have unity as well. And sorry, I was like trying to look and see if there's like any other cards that allude to it in the tarot. But really the High Priestess alludes to everything. It's like the universe has your back, is there for you. And I know we all got our support team. We all got at least one person. So just being gratitude and knowing that you have your team there with you. These shoes try to come out. When it feels right, do it. Hear yourself to heal the world. So yeah, it's just encouraging you again, like if you feel like this is the next step, or this is something that you've always been curious about and wanted to try, but you've been too fearful around it. That's what healing yourself has to do, is like healing is overcoming fear and coming out of a place where like, this is something that I love and care about, this is something I'm going to do. So that comes with over surpassing fear, and that is going to help heal yourself and ascend yourself higher. And that's why you have, when it feels right, do it. Follow your intuition. You know what that next step is, and you know how to ascend yourself. You have the knowledge within you. You don't need guidance on what you need to do. Now you might need more guidance on how to do it, and you'll figure that out along the way. And the universe, it knows, like, if you're coming from the right intention, it's going to give you the right resources and help along the way, and having faith in knowing that that's going to be given to you. All right. And then we have the ability to affect our own destiny. We have it in our hands. We have exactly, if we're deciding to ascend, we will. And which is what needs to happen here. We're being encouraged to. Courage arrives when you step over fear. There we have it, guys. Fear is going to be our greatest enemy along this journey. But again, bringing in all the skills that we know that we have that can help support us along the way, knowing that things will be given to us. If it is the right thing to do, if it feels right, do it. The universe will provide an easier path for us along the way. We might struggle a little, but it's going to give us the help that we need to get there. And knowing that coming from a place of love, and knowing that this is something that we really want, because we know that we're going to love it. And so that's going to help us get through the hard parts of getting there. All right, we're going to see which archangels are going to be assisting on the journey, or like that are with us right now. So we have Archangel Faith. With faith, you are invincible. Believe in yourself. Knowing that whatever it is that move to ascend, knowing that you can do it. All right, I'm going to redo that. We have Archangel Mallory. Remember who you are. Take action when you're ready. So yeah, staying true to what we know that we want to do and that we want to explore. And that's what's going to make life fun, are those challenges, so that we can ascend and get there. And then last but not least, we have Lord, I don't even know how to say that. Wizzle. Okay, I'm going to have to look that up later. But it says, accept and send healing. You are a being of the universe. So that's like having that trust, knowing that you are a part of the universe and that everything is you. So therefore, there is nothing to fear, because it is you. You do not fear yourself. You love yourself. So we love everything that is within the universe. So go ahead and think of a question. I'm going to find, while I shuffle, I'm going to get you guys an answer to the question, usually yes or no. Okay, so someone pronounced it as Woolwissa, but I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Alright, so now we're going to get our answer to our yes or no question.
we have ask your angels. Again, I feel like your inner knowing is within yourself. I'm feeling this high priestess energy extremely strong. It's really about learning that, learning your part and being a part of one with the universe. And really connecting with that. I mean, see if we get another one. Alright. And look for a sign. So yeah, I think it's all about like having the answers within yourself, like you know the answer. So just look out for what you feel is right. Alright, those are all the messages that I have for you, Pile 3. Thank you so much for coming to the reading, and I hope to see you next week.